Atkinson is an adventurer and filmmaker and X was once a military pilot. He spent a great deal of his career in the Australian Defence Force, where he not only flew planes but also learned survival skills and taught the same skills to others who work in the dangerous face of life every day. But there comes a time when just learning or teaching is not enough. Select filler. Then people want to test their own balance with their own hands. That's exactly what Michael did. He decided to build a small boat from the thick trunk of a huge tree. He would not only build it, but also sail 150 kilometers along the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. As crazy as it sounds, it's actually much harder because it's not a modern boat, it's a dugout boat that's made from just a single tree trunk. For thousands of years, this method has been used in various cultures around the world. Back then there were no machines, no modern tools either, just handwork and uneven 1/16. This boat is durable. The process of making it is easy to see, though it may seem like it is actually a perfect job. Taking the wood from the inside of a tree. The outer shell is removed but the outer part is left intact. Because that outer shell becomes the main body of the boat that floats on the water. And this is where the biggest risk lies, because if you cut a little more, the wood will become weak, and if you cut less, the boat will become heavy and will not float properly, meaning every blow, every piece of wood. Decisions are as important as life and death. The greatest strength of this dugout boat is its simplicity. There are no separate parts, no joints. It is made from a single trunk, and that is why it is incredibly strong, durable, and long-lasting. Throughout history, this type of boat has been used for transportation, fishing, and even war. But one thing has always been different: the design, because the people of the region built boats according to their environment. Somewhere there was a rough sea, somewhere there was a fast-flowing river, and somewhere there was a calm canal, so the size, weight, structure of the boat, everything could be changed, even the performance. The card that Michael chose was no ordinary card, a Norfolk pine trunk weighing about 4 tons. This tree is found on Norfolk Island in the South Pacific Ocean, and is the largest of its kind. The main feature is that it is straight and long and relatively light inside. This wood has a special quality that it floats very well in water, meaning it is less likely to sink, and that is why it is ideal for making boats. But just cutting the wood into pieces is not enough, it also needs to be textured. So ancient craftsmen used various tools, such as axes, scythes, and even fire. Yes, the fire inside was burned and then rubbed and held, and then hollowed out. As complicated as it sounds, it is actually a more perfect technique, because fire softens the wood, making it easier to cut the insides, but if you make a mistake, the whole wood is ruined. Yet, this method has made the largest and longest boats in the world, because they are made from a single piece of wood. There are no joints, no weak spots, and that is why they are less likely to sink in water. It is not easily damaged and lasts for years and years, because it is not only hardwood, it also has to be completely waterproof, and this is where the extraordinary intelligence of the indigenous people comes in. They collected various types of resins, gum pitches, from trees. These natural materials were sticky and waterproof. They used them to seal the small gaps and cracks in the boat where the sealant was applied exactly in the closed places where the interior was hollowed out. The result was a completely waterproof surface where water had no chance of getting in. This method not only kept out water but also protected the hull from rotting, so the boat would last for many years. But Michael's project is not just a story about building a boat, there is a history behind it. A real-life story of a shipwreck survival. James Morrill spent 42 days floating on a raft off the Great Barrier Reef after his ship sank and was rescued. Michael wanted to put himself in the same situation. It was this challenge that led him to start this whole project. For 14 months, he used the same tools that Morrill had. He used it not just a boat, he was creating an experience. His boat was a double outrigger design, a blend of traditional design and modern Western techniques. The boat was powered by wind to propel the boat forward. But these boats are not just a means of transportation, they are a culture. Wedding ceremonies are a celebration of the ancestors past. This boat is connected to everything. Sometimes they have special marks carved on them, history that is passed down from generation to generation. I am in love. This boat is not just a boat, it is a connection, and in the present, this knowledge, this technology, and these stories all teach the younger generations so that this tradition is not lost and that effort continues today to keep these ancient techniques alive. Because these stories are not just thrilling, they are living documents of history. They tell the stories of people who have crossed the ocean, who have journeyed into the unknown, who have made the impossible possible, and Michael, he wants to be a part of that story. Starting from a tree trunk to a hole. The journey is a dream that has become a reality.